Hey everyone, I wanted to go over the new and exciting news that we have for Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, as today we're going to be checking out the very first event quest that we have access to for free title update number 2. Remember that just a few days ago I put out a video talking about the 8 upcoming free event quests that we're going to get in between free title update number 2 and free title update number 3, and one of those event quests chronologically was the one that we are going to be checking out today. So if for some reason you still don't necessarily know how to get your free event quest, free downloadable DLC, or anything along those lines, make your way down to the Steelworks or make your way down to Elgato, speak to the courier cat, go all the way down to the add-ons options and claim anything that's labeled in white. This can be done on both the Nintendo Switch and on PC. And essentially, once you claim everything, one of those brand new rewards that you should be able to have there is an event quest called Another Grand Gesture. These can be actually accessed through the quest board in the event quest tab. That would be the green little tab that you have in the quest board. So essentially, this is the brand new event quest that puts you up against a Garangolm in the arena. I do want to specifically point out though, however, that in the video that I made a couple of days ago, one of the things that I pointed out that based on the data mine that we had information on, this was a master rank, a 3-star quest. In the actual data mine, it mentions that there's 5 monsters that could potentially appear in this event quest. And one of the things that I pointed out was that to me, it looked like that might have been some sort of actual error. According to the data mine, it mentioned that Kuluyaku, Kezu, Bazelgeuse, Garangolm, and Barieth could actually show up in this event quest. But as it turns out, of course, only Garangolm is the target monster. So what I ended up finding out was that as I made my way into the quest, I ended up noticing that not only Garangolm is available in the arena, but I also noticed Bazelgeuse there as well. He's not a target monster, he's just kind of there to kind of troll you and mess around. But most likely, depending on whatever RNG you ended up getting, the monster that appears to you might end up being a little bit different. So it might not necessarily be Bazelgeuse, it could be actually Barieth, it could be Kezu, or it be Kuluyaku. So based on the actual data mine that we ended up seeing, it turns out that it was actually accurate. There's a potential of 5 different monsters that could appear in this event quest. Garangolm is still the target monster, that is the one that you want to kill, but essentially Kuluyaku, Kezu, Bazelgeuse, or Barieth are kind of like harassers, essentially, invaders, if you will. That's usually the terminology that is being used whenever you have other monsters kind of showing up into the quest and kind of annoy you. So this is, I believe, the very first time that we see this in the arena. Do let me know in the comments if this has actually happened before in other games, because this is the very first time that I actually see it in the arena, where you have a non-target monster just kind of being there harassing you and being a little bit of a troll. So based on whatever quest RNG you ended up getting, there's a chance that you might end up getting one of the other 4 monsters. So that's basically one of the real reasons why we ended up seeing 5 monsters show up in the data mine. Now, as far as the quest itself is not necessarily difficult. Garangolm doesn't necessarily seem to have any sort of boosted parameters. He doesn't have higher health. He doesn't have any, higher resistances, higher HP, anything along those lines. He seems to be just a rather normal Garangolm. What you will notice, though, for me personally, I ended up noticing that both monsters, both Bazelgeuse in both times that I did it, and both Garangolms in the 2 times that I did it, ended up being relatively big. So chances are, if you're crown hunting, this is one of those things that you certainly need to keep your eyes peeled for that. If you're looking for crowns, that is something that you certainly are going to want to keep an eye out for. Now, when it comes to the actual rewards that you're going to get for this, doing this specific quest, again, the quest probably takes about 4 to 5 minutes, not necessarily all that difficult. And your reward is going to be a brand new gesture, as of course the title suggests. In fact, I think it's 2 actual gestures. One is called Accept Praise. So you have your hunter kind of like waving their hands, like being thankful, waving kind of like to the crowd type of thing. They put both their hands together, like thanking everyone. Pretty decent gesture. No real complaints with that one whatsoever. The other one is called Proud. They kind of shake off their hair or whatever, kind of like being very proudful of having a successful hunt, most likely, or something along those lines. So that's pretty much the 2 gestures you're going to be able to get specifically for this reward, on top of the fact that chances are you're going to be able to get some sort of big crown for either one of the monsters. Now remember, you still need to take down the other monster if you want to necessarily get the crown. I don't actually think you get crowns just for discovering them. I think you need to take them down. So chances are if your team is kind of like just focused on Garangolm, you're gonna try to solo either the Kuliyaku, the Basaros, the Bariath, and you know, you're gonna have to deal with that on your own, because I don't know if the other team is gonna want to do that. But you know, it's really gonna be boiling down to all of that. So that's about all the information that I have for you guys today. This is the event quest of the week. It's called Another Grand Gesture. Make sure you check it out. I think it's alright, nothing necessarily too special. And do remember, we now have 7 more event quests as we wait for the free title update number 3 on November 30th. If you're brand new to my channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Hit the bell to receive notifications when the videos go up. And as always, thank you so much for watching. See ya.